Hello and welcome to the very first of our webcast series where we'll be exploring cloud accounting and everything Aussie small businesses need to know about it. We've got a couple of fantastic guests with us today to help us get through the ins and outs of why it's so important for small businesses to be embracing this sort of technology and also how they can make the most of it. Joining me first up is Chris Ridd, Managing Director of Xero Australia, and also with us today Malik Edwards of a fantastic small business, Mr. Burger. Guys, welcome. Malik, were you nervous about going on the cloud and security?
We had a fantastic accounting firm that recommended us Xero. They were really instrumental in saying, hey, this is a great software platform to use. We started using Xero, and like anything with new technology, at the beginning we weren't quite sure how it was. But as soon as we started really putting, the rubber met the road, so to speak, Xero was absolutely fantastic. And the more that we used Xero, the more confidence it gave us, both in our business and also the software platform.
Okay, how's it changed the way you do business?
It's previously at the end of each week, we would have point of sale, we would have online orders, we would have invoices and events. And none of the data would speak to each other. We would have to go through, we would have to sift through all the different disparate data and try and massage it into a way that we could get an accurate snapshot of the business. With Xero, it allows us to have all those different streams and live coordinate them together to give us that snapshot. There's a tool in Xero called a dashboard, and we can log on at any time and see all these different strands and how they're working together.
Yeah, I live by my dashboard. Let me tell you, when I'm playing, I look after a little AFL club called Port Adelaide, which takes a bit of travel and stuff like that. And I keep thinking, how much have we got in the bank at the moment, or how much are we owed? And bring up the dashboard, it's fantastic. Chris, it sounds like a lot of work to switch to cloud computing and cloud accounting. A lot of people would say, hey, I put up with the way I've been doing it for years. It's not my business to switch over. It's adequate at the moment. It ain't broke. Why fix it?
Yeah, it's a really good point. It's probably that level of complacency we see a bit because business owners are extremely busy, and
we hate accounting.
You do. I think the problem is that accounting has been perceived and it's built up over the years to be something that's difficult and that we toil with as business owners. I think you've got to give it a try. The great thing about cloud accounting and Xero with a lot of the other applications, you can set up a trial. So you can get started and have a look and get a feel for what it does. But I think most business owners would agree that you spend a lot of time on your books. You really should be focusing on running the business. And the great thing about being in the cloud is that it's all accessible from any device, anywhere, anytime. So it really does change the game. Our approach has been really turning accounting software into something that's a delight to use. And that's a big statement when you talk about accounting. Our tagline's beautiful accounting software. We've really focused not so much on building another accounting product. It's more about the design elements. It's about how do we turn something that people toil with into a delightful experience. So, some of the things that you guys would be familiar with in terms of things like doing a bank reconciliation that becomes much more of a breeze than what you probably previously used to. Yep. They're the sorts of things that business owners probably aren't aware that are available now that really do start to completely change the game in how they're doing their books. Okay. So big time savings, and people should check it out.
Malik, we share a love of our dashboards. I probably haven't ventured too much further into that because we've only been on Xero for a couple of months. What are the other tools that you use?
We have a lot of events. We have a lot of functions every week. We cater from 18ths to music festivals to corporate functions. And a feature that we've recently embraced, which is working fantastically for us, is the ability for our customers to pay invoices live through PayPal and other tools. That allows us to get payments straight away rather than to be constantly chasing up invoices and trying to see where our money is. There's a whole host of other payroll technologies, which is fantastic. Allows us to easily keep track of leave entitlements, any accruals, and it gives us an accurate snapshot at any time what our liabilities are in terms of those outgoings. It's a lot easier than previous ways of going through and exporting and importing and carry over one and minus the two, and allows us to run a business a lot more effectively in the real time.
Particularly with a lot of casuals and part-timers too, because that gets really complex.
Absolutely.
Did you ever worry about the security of the cloud? The risks associated? Because a lot of business owners would be thinking, Where does the data go? You know, how's it protected and who can get access to it?
When we started, as I say, Blue Rock, they did some great research and they told us about it, and they gave us a lot of confidence that the data from Xero is secure. They gave us details on the encryption and also the way it's handled and managed. And we understand that there's a fantastic API as well and the rigors behind that, and it means that we're always confident that our data is being managed appropriately and securely.